Hello guys, this is another episode on Jamb Guides. As top-notch guidance in the lifestyle, so we have to cover the educational aspect. We will be taking more on people who did well in Jamb and passed massively to share with us their experiences and trick in getting that high score in Jamb.
I wrote to Jamb before I got into medical school, and in the first I scored 256. In the second I scored 300.
We hosted Olasukanmi Ogunbiyi, who is currently a third-year medical student at the University of Ibadan. But before we invite our speaker, please, I want you to take 1 or 2 minutes to click on the subscribe button to get a more interesting topic on Jamb. Thanks for honoring our invitation. Please, can you share with us how you prepared for your Jamb?
And I actually worked hard in both exams. I actually did. But there's a huge difference in performance in the two exams.
Yeah, we all know hardworking leads to success. During the past year, we have seen some people who read passively for Jamb, despite how they read, they came out with bad results. Please, can you explain your trick and what you did differently?
What I did differently in my second Jamb that made me outperform my first Jamb by a large margin. If you're new here, I'm currently a second year medical student of the University of Ibadan, and I make this kind of videos. Subscribe if you don't want to miss any of my subsequent video, and click on the notification button. That said, let's jump into the video. By the time I was going to write my second Jamb, I was unbelievably knowledgeable, and it was still the same me who wrote the previous one that wrote the second. And the changes that happened between that first time and second time, I attribute them exclusively to these 5 main aids I'm going to discuss in this video. The first thing I think made me do very well in my second Jamb was that I had burning desire. I was really determined and I had a drive. 2017, when I wrote my first Jamb, I scored 256 after I believe I had worked very hard. I believe I deserved more. But when I eventually thought about it, I got exactly what I worked for. Then I also changed from medicine to biochemistry with the hope I would get admission, and I eventually didn't get, and it was really painful and discouraging.
What has motivated you to score 321 the second time you did Jamb?
Then I came across some set of students which I believe were young, and they all got admission, and I was so angry, like, if these people could do it, then why can't I? I decided I was going to be hard on myself, and I was so determined. Every day, if I wake up every morning, like, it was just always on my mind that Jamb, I have to ace this Jamb. It was something that was like on top of my mind. I had that burning desire all the time, and it made sense because that burning desire and determination helped me do the hard things I did then. Because how else could I have almost completed 4 textbooks? How else could I have almost completed the whole past question? How else could I have deprived myself of phone and TV and so many things just to ensure that I cover what I needed to cover before the time for the Jamb? So,
what's your advice for those writing this year's Jamb?
this is my advice. You should be determined. You should have a reason why you are doing that, and let that be your source of motivation. My own was that I was going to become a doctor, and I was never going to let Jamb to stop me. So what is your second thing? Was that I had a working plan when I was preparing for my second Jamb. For the first Jamb, what I usually do was I read almost every day as well, but I would just...
Wow, so motivating. This is just episode 1. Subscribe and follow all our platforms to check out the next episode on how Olasukanmi, a medical student of the University of Ibadan, made 321 in Jamb. Episode 2 will entail his journey in achieving that great score, his approaches to questions in Jamb, the materials and syllabus he used in Jamb, and what had brought him far in achieving that goal. So I want you guys to stay tuned. Subscribe and follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn at Top Notch Guides.